Hi, this is John with the Germaniel Insurance Group, and I want to welcome you to your East Central Online Benefits Portal. So let's get started by clicking Start Enrollment. Here we have our welcome step and overview information, but before we go any further, I want to show you how to enlarge the video you're watching right now. Instead of clicking on the enlarge icon here, which has been disabled, click on the YouTube icon here. This will take you to the YouTube page where you can view an enlarged version of the video. Once you are finished with the enrollment overview, click Next. Here we have our profile step. Most of the data fields are going to already be completed for you. But you will need to complete a couple data fields. If you click Next, the system will let you know that you've missed some data fields and highlight those for you. Simply fill in those fields and then click Next. This brings us to our dependents step. Existing employees should have their dependents listed here. But if you don't see one of your dependents listed or would like to add a dependent during open enrollment, it's easy. Click Add Dependent. You can then complete the required fields and click Add Dependent. When you're finished with the dependent step, click Next. And now we are at our benefit election steps, starting with medical, which we'll spend some time on. For your medical step, we have instructions. We also have a medical 101 video you can watch. And if we scroll down, we also have your medical benefit plan offering here. And below the plan, we have different links. For instance, you can search for a Blue Shield provider by clicking on the link. We also have summary links available. You can also see your current election here, meaning that I have myself, my spouse, and my child currently enrolled in medical. Making benefits elections is easy. If you'd like to waive medical, just make sure yourself and each dependent is set to waived and click Next. To enroll in medical, simply choose the enrolled option for yourself and each dependent you'd like covered under your plan. Since I had employee, spouse, and child enrolled currently, I want to keep those elections. It gives me my per pay period deduction, which is no cost for medical. Once I'm finished with my elections for medical, I can click Next. As you can see, my medical step confirms that I have myself, my spouse, and one child enrolled under my medical, and confirms I have $0 per pay period deduction for that benefit. We're going to skip the dental and vision steps, as those are the same process as medical, and go to our employer-paid short-term disability. This benefit's 100% employer-paid, gives you information on what the benefit is. It auto-enrolls you in the benefit and gives you your coverage volume, and you also have access to a summary link here. When you're finished with your short-term disability review, click Next. We're also going to skip LTD and life and AD&D, as they're the same process as short-term disability, and move to your voluntary life step. Here we give information on your voluntary life product, guaranteed issue amounts, evidence of insurability requirements, and we also give you enrollment instructions. We also have a summary here and also an evidence of insurability form, meaning that if I enroll in a coverage volume that's over the guaranteed issue amount specified above, I will need to click on this EOI form, print it out, fill it out, and turn it into the HR. I can also again see my current election here. Looks like I have $80,000 for myself, $25,000 for my employee, and $10,000 for my child. In order to avoid having to complete the EOI form, I'm going to enroll myself and my dependents in the same coverage volume I had last year, which is under the guaranteed issue amount rules. Once I'm finished enrolling in the same coverage volumes, I can click Next. My last step is my teledoc, my telemedicine step. This is also 100% employer paid. There's a great video giving you information on teledoc. Again, we also have summaries and links down here. Once you've reviewed your employer-paid telemedicine plan, click Next. My last step before I sign my forms is to specify my beneficiaries. The system will default to your dependents as your beneficiaries. But if you don't have any dependents listed or would like to add a beneficiary other than your dependents, it's easy. Click Add Beneficiary, complete the required fields, and that beneficiary will then show here. From there, I can specify my beneficiary distribution percentages. The primary is required, secondary is optional. Since I have employer-paid life and AD&D, and then also have elected voluntary life, I'll need to fill out both sections. I'm going to leave my spouse as my primary, my child as my secondary on both, making sure that each equals 100%. When I'm finished, I can click Next. My final step is to finish my elections by signing my forms. All of your forms are pre-populated. There's nothing you need to add or edit. I'll go through this quickly. You can review those forms and then sign here. The mouse signature can be a little tricky. It doesn't have to be perfect, just needs to represent your signature. If you mess up, you can always click Clear and start over. Once I'm finished with my signature, I click Continue. My last step here before I finish is to review my summary. You can review all of your elections here. If you did enroll in voluntary life, you will have a deduction per pay period. It will post that here. You can print your summary, although it will be available to you 24/7 on your employee portal. Once you've finished reviewing your summary, click Next. And we're done. You can leave feedback. We encourage you to leave feedback. It is optional. You can go ahead and click Finish. And you've just completed your online benefits elections through eCentral. I hope this video has been helpful.